Alright, in this video I'd like to demonstrate how to use the new template provider test action to help communicate your um, recommendations after having labs or radiographic tests done. In addition, after that I'll show you how to create some custom rules from your PAQ to make these actions occur fairly seamlessly to streamline workflows. So first I'd like to demonstrate what provider test action is and show the strengths of its use. So if you have some new lab results, for instance, and you create a provider test action by either going to your template here and adding it to your template manager, or when we create the custom rule, it will come up automatically. I'll show you what kind of features this new template offers. So initially you'll see that on the top you have options to create orders for in-house labs, create a diagnostic order such as x-rays, MRIs, etc., initiate the referral template, or go directly into the orders module and create future orders for labs. The next thing you'll see is appointment information. This shows the patient's initial office visit, and then the date of the most recent office visit. In addition, you've got a link here to open the patient's appointment list, and you'll be able to appreciate past and future scheduled appointments. Below that, you'll have some basic demographic information, including patient's contact, phone numbers, and preferred pharmacy. Over here, you'll see some spreadsheet windows that you can toggle through. Over here you can see vitals has been chosen, and you can appreciate those. I'm sorry, allergies. Next you'll see vitals, and you can go back through the patient's vital signs. And then you'll also see medications, and this is the patient's medication list. In addition, this icon here is a phone link. If you click this, it'll go into our standard telephone window, and you can create a telephone call out of this if you choose to do so. Let's go back into provider test action. Action log, I'll show you in a minute. It shows, goes directly to the bottom and shows the previous and pending actions. And then of course you've got an alert button, which we may remove because you've always got one up here, but it exists up here. Next you'll see window number 1, which shows categories of information. If you choose, you can look at diagnostic studies. These will be the patient's past diagnostics. If you've entered them historically, for instance, a colonoscopy, you'll see that as well. Referrals that have been ordered will be here. Other reports are listed here. These would be things like orders for follow-up visits. Your lab orders are listed here, both pending and completed, and then results you can view in this window. And they are not just the most recent, but all previous lab results, so you can review those while you're in this window. If you choose to look at all orders, you can do that. And then notes only is basically the same thing as lab results, the view only. I find this one to be the best one to keep on when you open the window. Next you'll see the action details and notes. This is a free text field which you can insert my phrases for, basically communications to the nurse or MA who's going to contact the patient. Then you'll notice the to-do list. You have lots of options here. This is quite useful. If you click on adjust medications, for instance, your medication window will pop up. You can select the medication you want adjusted, and then you can type anything at the back of it. For instance, stop medication. Okay. Contact patient by phone. You can give some information here. Counsel the patient, for instance, on diet, exercise, so on. Place a new medication order. If you want the patient to start a new medication, you can do that and list that there. Repeat test within a certain time frame. A window pops up for that. Scheduling appointment, again, windows pop up for quick picks of options. Sending lab letter, sending referral, and you can click where you want the patient to be sent. Send test results. We could create a list here, I would say, like portal or by phone or by mail. and then other lets you put in any other information you like. Next, you'll see these different buttons here. The most useful ones would be Document Library. It's a quick pick to get to your document library if you need to generate a document. If you guys aren't familiar with this, it's got basically most things you would need for letters that you might send to the patient. In addition, you've got your Save and Task, and you can adjust the priority here by clicking this window, and then you can task it to your clinical staff. Down here at the bottom, this is just a view-only pane. Well, I'm sorry, it's actually a hot link pane. You can view all of these past items or just the uncompleted ones. When your clinical staff receives these, they need to go in and double click on this item, complete their recommendations here or response. They could generate a standard one that says patient information was provided or so on. And then when they click completed, you can click completion comments at date and time stamps it for the clinical staff. They save and close, and then you'll see that it goes away from the pending ones. And if you show all, you'll be able to see all of them and when it was completed or that it was completed. But it will go away from your pending tasks. So it helps to keep the clinical staff on a running log of what things you wanted done for your patient. And that, for the most part, completes this tutorial. There is a way to generate a document if we choose to do so in the future, but we'll have to discuss doing that. So that's how you create a provider test action. Now I'll briefly show you how to generate some custom rules to create a quick task that will auto-complete your inbox item, give you a comment down in this field here that says please refer to provider test action for details, and will automatically open that template. So if you go to options and go to custom rules, event type would be accept. Item type would be, in the case of incoming lab orders, you'll do orders. If you'd like it also, you can create another one for documents, for ICS images, which would be things like x-ray reports, and so on. So you can create these. I only have one for labs at this point. So it's an order type. Then you can do action type is to launch the template, and you'll choose which template you want. In this case, I've chosen NLHC provider test action, and the description you leave at any, then the next thing you'll do is go over to quick comments, create an accept event type for your orders, and then you'll type in the comment text, refer to information under provider test action template. And now what that'll allow you to do is right click on your lab. I don't have an example here, but you'll right click, you'll click accept, there will be an arrow going to the right. It'll show you your comments. You click on that and everything will happen automatically, and the next thing you'll see is the new template will be created for the provider test action, and you can go right in there and look at your labs and write your recommendations. So I've been using it for a little while. It seems to be running pretty smoothly. We'll give this a try, and if you choose to use it, great. If you want to use the old system with telephone call messages, that's fine as well. It just may help to streamline the workflows for you and your staff and help to eliminate any redundancies. So leave comments in the section below, or contact me if you have questions, and hopefully this helps. Thanks.